There's a T-boy.
Oh, thank you.
Half orange, half ginger ale. It's the drink of champions, the drink of Ontario.
Sanctuary is. This feels like a Spinal Tap thing. You ever see that when they're running around? All right, roll and roll. Here we go, let's roll and roll. All right, so yeah, I just want a couple minutes right now, just so I can see a little bit of what's going on. We've already talked a little bit about the bits, but this way I can do it, make it official.
Sure. My name is Dave Tipper, D-A-V-E-T-I-P-P-E-R.
Okay, and any handles that go with that?
Big Tipper.
Big Tipper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Waitresses like my credit card. When I was about 9 years old, I desperately needed chocolate, so I went up to the bank and I decided to close my account. I had $6 in it. I desperately needed chocolate. Bear in mind, though, my father and I have the same name. My name's Dave Tipper. His name's Dave Tipper. I'm Dave Jr. And so I went up to close my account, and I went there and I said, I'd close my account, please. I got $6 in it. Desperately need chocolate. One moment, please, sir. Just a minute. Teller comes back a few minutes later, and she says, here you go, sir. 50, 100, 150. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? I only have $6 in my account. Well, you're Dave Tipper. 200. 250. So I'm thinking, great, fine, no problem. So here I am on my bike on the way home with $600 in my pocket, and I'm thinking, how much chocolate can I buy? Actually, I've only been on stage about 4 times. I've done a lot of stuff in front of a lot of friends. I started Yuck Yucks probably about 2 months ago, amateur night, and it was a lot of fun. They say the average woman has 20,000 words per day to say every day. The average male, on the other hand, has about 7,000 words per day to say. I think those stats are ridiculous. I barely talk at all. Once I didn't want to talk to my wife for 6 months. Well, I didn't want to interrupt her, right?
Yeah, Dave Tipper. I thought, he did a couple of one-liner things that I thought were pretty good. His storytelling is good. It just needs more punches, and that's what I told him before I saw a video of his, and I just said, you need to kind of give me some more punches, some more punchlines.
Paul Mussell. M-U-S-S-E-L-L.
So yeah, just give me a couple minutes right now. No, we won't go through the whole thing.
Sure.
We'll save that for tonight.
I had a neighbor move out from the city, and the first thing this guy does is buy a big guard dog, huge one, big doorman. He hires a company that comes out from the city here in Ottawa, and he puts his electronic collar around the dog's neck and underground wire all the way around their property. And they go out to the road and put up a big sign that reads, "My guard dog stands behind an invisible fence." Well, not to be outdone, I go to our farm, I go out and put up a bigger sign. On my fence, it reads, "Behind my fence stands an invisible guard dog." I don't like getting mad at my neighbors, I like getting even. So what I do is I drop over to their place in the springtime with a big pocket full of zucchini seeds. And when they're not looking, I plant them in their flower beds or gardens and anywhere they grow. Because you know by the end of summer, it'd be like, come on out, the hands up, we got the place surrounded. 12 years ago I started comedy. I emceed a local banquet. And I had a lot of fun at it, and then I started going into comedy clubs. One thing about small towns, the speed that rumors travel. This spring I told somebody we're working on a small addition. By the time the word got back to me, we were having twins.
Yeah, sit on it.
I'm just going to be like, I don't know, who knows what I'll do, I'm crazy.
He's crazy like that.
So my name is Daniel Woodrow, D-A-N-I-E-L. And then my last name is W-O-O-D-R-O-W.
Anyway, hi. Yeah. So like I've been saying, I don't know if you heard, just give me a couple minutes. And everybody knows this is awkward, but that's just how we do it.
Whatever, that's cool. Well, it wasn't too awkward, but it's just weird doing stand-up in front of 2 people. You're like, are they going to laugh at me or think I'm dumb? So, but it was all right. It was all right. It was pretty cool. Am I supposed to look at the camera actually, or you?
Don't look at the camera. Just
Okay,
pretend there's an
I
audience
figured that
behind.
would
It'd
be
probably
really
be the best.
weird if I was like, "Hi, I'm Daniel." Okay, so anyways, yeah. So yeah, I'm actually glad I made it on time. I took the OC Transpo, which I swear their motto is better late than never. And I was like, I got on the bus. I hate when this happens. I swear the bus drivers have a game where you're sitting on the bus and they see how many people's faces they can make smash and pulls. They're like, "Erp!" And then you're just like, oh, my face. And then he's like, I just got 10 people's face smashed. Beat that, eh? And then, yeah, I also hate I'm taking the bus, and you're sitting on the bus stops at a stop. You're like, okay, people are getting on, that's cool. The bus driver just walks off. You're like, yeah, he works here on the bus, right here. And they just walk into Tim Hortons. Who leaves in the middle of their job to go to Tim Hortons? You don't see the bomb squad. They're like 20 seconds. This bomb blows up, red or blue cable. I forget it. Ice cap. That's how you die. So I always notice this happens to me. I'm on the bus and I always have to pee. It's probably because I go to 7-Eleven and get a big gulp. It's like this big waste of life. You drink it and you die. It's like your bladder doesn't go this big. That's not natural. I can't even fit that much food in my stomach.
You can tell he didn't bring his like A stuff to the audition. It's like, oh, don't worry, tonight what did he say? My brain. I forget what he said about his brain. The heads that smash on the bus thing.
Yeah.
I wrote a little tag saying something like, okay, red toque in a corner pocket, or you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. That
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's the show's in an hour, so it's not gonna be hard to change things. But if you can,
sure
and that
something
works,
should happen in my magical brain.
your magical brain.
I don't know.
His brain is magical. Yeah, I want to see some of that magic tonight. That'll be nice.
TIMQR. The Q is silent. BOYLE.
Tim Boyle, I didn't have audition because he's introduced me the last couple times and built this act, and if he does a tight 7 like he's been talking about doing, and he told me the bits he's gonna do, he'll be good.
How long ago did you start?
I don't know, 3 weeks ago now, I think. It's been 3 weeks. This will be my 14th show. My 14th stand-up gig is happening tonight.
It is great to be here. I was doing a show last night. Some of you probably, I think, came from there. The school out in Franktown School. And can I tell them what was on the? So on the side of the gym, I guess it was some program they're working on. It says "Learning to Love Canada," and I remember seeing that, and I was thinking, like, I knew we were close to the Quebec border, but I didn't know it was that close. See, it's the same reaction I got last night. Oh, we don't talk about that here. I'm Western Canadian. We talk about it, okay? Because you're mine. I walk a line. Got these guys here to kind of go through stuff, and we had time, and the meal was great here. It's just a good day. Knowing that it's going to be full or close to full. You can't go wrong. And I haven't been out to Eastern Canada very often, so it's likely that you don't know about this. But you're going to know in a second. I'm pretty sure hands aren't supposed to be this big. Is that? Can everyone see that from there? You can touch them from there. Let's be honest. These are big. I can touch Quebec from here. Let's be honest here. These are big. I wouldn't, but I'm just saying. Put my hands in my pocket and pull up my socks.
Eber, King Sleeper. Ernie, it's a cricket, Ernie.
But very funny guy. And first competitor coming to you from New Brunswick. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the very funny Dave Timmer. Well, yeah, Dave came out and of course he had the song playing. I didn't know he was going to do a song. He didn't say anything about that. Well, there's no punchline to it.
That dance routine really didn't work for my wife. So I tried to charm her with music. I see the sunlight shining in your hair and tell you time and time again how much I care. Yes, my name's Dave Tipper. My father has the same name, Dave Tipper. I'm Junior. And when I was 9 years old, I was desperate for chocolate.
I mean, it just needs punchlines. It needs, why are you doing this? Give us something, you know. So when he came out and told his story, even the story, I mean, there's a funny story, and he's added some stuff since I last saw it, which is good. But that's what he needs to do, is go through all the stuff and just say, where can I punch this up? Where can I add some stuff in?
So I went home and I put the money on the table. My dad freaks out. He goes, "Where did you get that money?" I said, "The bank. They closed your account." Everything after that point was kind of a blur. But he grabs me and we're on our way up to the bank and he's all mad. And he's looking back in the backseat and he goes, "I should have called you Stephen." So anyway, we go all the way up to the bank and there's the teller and there's the bank manager and they're like, "Oh no, it's true. There's two Dave Tippers." So they start apologizing right away to my dad. They're like, "We're so sorry. This will never happen again. We're so sorry, Mr. Tipper." And right then the younger teller, she says something to my dad that she shouldn't have. "Maybe you should have called your son Stephen." Thanks very much, Ottawa.
This guy is from around the area. I forget the name, so around the Ottawa area. Very funny guy, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Paul Mussell.
A great audience, you know, full house. They're here to laugh. It was a great night. Last fall, I had a sad day, though. I drove off to a Heritage Bible College where I took my son, and it hit me. Where have the years gone? It just seemed like yesterday my wife was expecting our first child, and my wife, being from the city, was a little bit of a shock when my farm friends would ask her when she was due to calve. But anybody who has children, you know, you had to come up with a name. And you go through the name books, and they just don't really seem to suit. So we thought we'd have an original name for our son. We wanted to name our son after hockey and our winters and somebody that always shows up on time. So we called him Zamboni.
Yeah, you can tell he's been on stage before. I mean, he's got his shtick down. He's got his routine down. He's got a kind of a character on stage.
You know, my son started running, you know, at the age of 1, and I never forget, he running down the road, and he fell and scraped his knee, and he's crying, and it's like, "Call 911, get a doctor right away." Now, mind you, by the time the third child comes along and falls, it's like, "Hey, the bone's not sticking out, suck it up." Wasn't long before my son was off to school, and the teacher asked him, "What sound does a duck make?" And he went, "Quack, quack, bang, bang." And the teacher goes, "Oh, the poor duck." My son said, "Don't worry, Dad never hits any." And as I left that college, it hit me, you know, I am getting older. You know you're older when you know more people on drugs now than you did in high school. But my neighbor came over the other day, this one that's got the really annoying dogs, and that big sign there, that guard dog. And my neighbor, he's always borrowing my power tools, and really annoying. Well, he came over to borrow the chainsaw the other day, and I just happened to bring it along. My annoying neighbor said, "Can I borrow your saw?" And I said, "Sure, but do you know how to start a saw up?" My annoying neighbor goes, "Oh, yeah, I said, well, start it up and show me. My neighbor goes like this. I said, no, you don't start it up like that. You got to turn the on switch on right here. Thanks very much, and God bless.
All right, folks, we're going to keep. Are you ready to keep the show rolling on? Are you ready to see some more? Yeah. This next guy is a very funny guy. Ottawa. He's an Ottawa native, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for the very funny Daniel Woodrow.
My favorite thing about watching comedy on TV is they always, if they say a joke about a minority group, they always zoom in on that minority group. You'd be like, do you guys like black people? And you always just see two black people standing right there laughing. It's just amazing. Hello. Thanks. That was great, guys. So yeah, I'm really glad I actually made it here on time because I took the OC Transpo. Swear the motto's better late than never. Nah. It's already hard enough to get to the bus stop in my neighborhood because I live in Vanier. Like, if you make it to the bus stop without getting stabbed, it's a good day. So much graffiti, too, everywhere, all over the place. Like, even at the bus stops, like, I can't see when the bus comes by. I know math plus Amy equals love forever.
Daniel brought stuff that was, some of it also needs a little punching up, needs a little more, but it's very different, this is my perspective of my life. He's talking about being on the bus. Well, it's because he takes the bus every day, and he notices things on the bus. It's very true to him, and that is what I'm looking for.
And really bad things happen. And I was like, man, I have to pee, this stupid 7-Eleven. And I run to the bathroom. I thought it was going to be a normal adventure in the boys' washroom until I saw a woman. You're in the wrong And I don't know if you ever noticed this, but it always, guys, if you walk in the wrong washroom, it always takes a while to process it. You're like, this is very clean. Wow, it doesn't even stink. And you're like, I'm in the only bathroom in the world without urinals. This is amazing. Where's the Guinness Book of Records? Where are you? And the thing is, the way you notice you're in the wrong bathroom, you open the stall door, there's this little silver box. That means run for the hills, boy. I thought it was a comment box. I was like, okay. I used to work at Tim Hortons, and then I just quit because I was like, one day I just wrote a note in the middle of the night. This is open 24 hours. I was like, this will be my last day working here, and I put it on the door and just never came back. Thank you, everyone. You're great.
Daniel Woodrow, everybody.
My comedy comes from a very genuine cynicism for the intelligence of mankind. I just think people, the one question I'm going to ask God when I get there is not some deep thing of how the creation process went, but it'll be like, why are people so stupid?
Put your hands together for the very funny Tim Boyle.
I realize that some of you right now are looking up here and I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, so that guy's funny and really good looking? And built like a tank? I wasn't always like this, okay? Just so you know. But it is total package for you all tonight, all right? Total pack. Did I say I was humble? Did I mention that already? No. All right. Whereas as before, this whole thing, I've been coming out cold, right? Nobody knows who I am. I just start chatting. So to be able to go in there and do 7 minutes with an introduction in that particular role was phenomenal. Like, I'm still jacked up about it. So regardless, I'm used to it now. I've flown enough. So I immediately grab my boarding pass back from and I turn and I enter into the all too familiar March of the Penguins. You know the one I'm talking about? You're going down the aisle. You know, bag in front, bag behind. And before I can get into full waddle, face plant into the guy in front of me. This whole thing came from when I got off the plane, when I first met up with Leland, and told him an absolutely true story of my plane ride in, and I had really hashed it out on the plane to make sure that it was a real solid piece of work. Told him the story right away, and from that moment on, that piece then became the central element of the comedy bits that I've been doing. And so I look out to see what caused the sudden stoppage. And 3/4 of the way down the plane, there's this little elderly lady with this dazed look on her face, looking at her boarding pass, and up at the aisle number, and down at her boarding pass, and up at the aisle number. And I'm like, okay, it's fairly obvious. This lady's having problems distinguishing between 2 rows. And, I've had that problem a lot. I'm always double-checking my aisle. I can never tell if the aisle number's over the back of the chair or the chair itself. And so that's a fair problem to be having. But then she turned and started to come back. And it became painfully clear that this lady was not having a problem with 2 rows. She had overshot her row. And so now you've got this entire line of penguins waiting for Happy Feet to find her chair. Excuse me, pardon me. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's reasonable too. Like I've been on the highway, right? And, you're driving fast and you go past your exit, come up too quickly. Or maybe she got on the plane and it was, like longer than it was. I don't know. But I thought, okay, that's, it's reasonable. But then the most astounding thing happened. She kept coming and coming. And she was 3/4 of the way down the plane. Now she's 2 people up from me. And this guy finally stops her and he looks at her and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, what seat are you looking for?" And she said this is an absolutely true story. She said, 1D.
I thought Tim was the strongest set. I mean, every one of his bits, it hits now. I thought he did a little more passionate on the missing. How do you miss row 1? It was just that. This time it was like, wow, this was really upsetting him. You know what I mean? And it's that passion that translates, and people are like, because they know and they feel that, and sometimes they bottle it, but they can let it out when somebody else is talking about it.
1D. How is it even possible? How do you miss row 1? How do you miss row 1 by 3/4 of the plane? It baffles the mind. That's the comedy tournament portion of the show. And how about a hand for everybody that's been on tonight? They all do a great job. Can you come to Oshawa tomorrow?
Oshawa, okay.
Curtis, Ontario, Oshawa, Ontario.
And do 7 minutes there, or what's
Yeah.
the story
Yeah,
there? Okay,
for the finals.
What's the details on that?
Yeah, tomorrow's the finals.
Okay.
And after that, I haven't set a date yet for the finals in Lethbridge. Probably Lethbridge. I haven't nailed that down yet either.
Okay.
But tomorrow is the finals for this week. Every week has a finalist.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if you win that, you got to fly out to Lethbridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that would be probably April. I haven't set a date yet.
Yeah.
So is that something you can do or no?
I'd have to think about it because it's my ante to do.
Yeah.
All this. Where generally I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. No, it sure is.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. I mean, I want to do Christian comedy, but I don't know if I can.
Right.
Leave my business and do volunteer stuff.
Okay.
And so I mean, I'd love to do.
Yeah.
A free DVD, and I love to tour, but I got 3 kids at home to pay the bills for.
For sure. Well, you let me know then.
Okay. And,
I mean, I've entered many a contest, so I didn't get paid to get where I'm at. So,
yeah. And I'll
it's
go
a sacrifice you can either make or don't make. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm totally leaving it in your court.
Okay, I'll drop out and talk it over a minute with my wife.
Perfect.
She's getting things warmed up, and so it's tomorrow night in Oshawa, and I go ahead. Okay, I'll get back to you then.
Okay.
Good stuff.
All right.
Thanks again, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it, Wow, I made the wrong decision. Hey, Daniel, do you want to go tomorrow?
Maybe, yeah.
If you can, I mean, you can come with us, and then we'll get you way back.
Will I be performing tomorrow?
Yeah,
Speedo Fest?
come on. We'll leave tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
I don't know. We'd have to leave by 10ish, I think.
Yeah, I would do.
All right. Yeah,
So,
I want people there that are.
Be, though?
What's that?
The only concern is the way back. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, we'd look at a Greyhound or something, getting you back.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah. Would it be at my expense? Or? No, I was just wondering.
Um,
That would be.
Wow. I can do it for you.
I'd be willing to do that.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'd do that for you.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Let's hook up the interview. I got some stuff to say.
Yeah. That didn't go well. They talked to me about.
No,
Well,
did you feel like it tense? He's tense. He's like, he's mad at me. It's like, you know what? Don't come if you're mad. I don't, you know what? How many contests have I entered for free? Lots. All right, I still go do, I still, if I go to the CCA or something like that, I still go do a showcase for free on my own expense to get there. It's a part of this business. I showcase youth specialties for those, these pastors saw me at this church. They said, I saw you at youth specialties in front of 7,000 youth pastors and stuff. You fly there yourself, you put, you know what I mean? They'll put you in a hotel, but it's a part of the business. I'm sorry, I got a farm. You know what? I farmed too, okay? I used to be a farmer growing up. I'm sorry. But if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. That's fine. But don't complain to me about, oh, I don't want to do your contest if you're not going to. Don't do it then. I don't care. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to give them an opportunity, and then I get that. It bothers me. Can you tell?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I got to talk it over. I don't know if I want to go because it's on my own dime and it's this and it's that. And it's just as soon as he walked away, I was like, even if he decides to come, he doesn't really. It's not an opportunity. So then I said, Daniel, hey, you know what? You want to do it? Because if there's somebody here that wants to do it, I'll give him a chance. You know, I should have maybe just said no to everybody and, oh, you pay the way back? Wow. Tim, you know what? Come on for the tour, Tim. You're the only guy I'm taking out of here, all right? Blabbity bloop 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 blabbity bloopity.